That's brilliant. I've bought a machine that claims to cook everything. It is called the Everything Maker, and the reviews range from it being amazing to it potentially burning down your house, which is exactly what you want to hear as you're about to plug it in. What also doesn't bode well is it literally arrived like this. The delivery guy was like, careful mate, it feels a bit loose. There's like no polystyrene in here. I've got a manual. It's very, very light. Well, maybe it is brand new, it's still got that in it. But to be fair to it, this is actually by a company called Chefman, or Chefman, like a superhero chef. That's amazing. Why doesn't that exist? That'd be an amazing cartoon. It's a very overconfident machine for saying this. Look on the box, make anything and everything. And you've got a picture of a pizza there, because effectively it is a pizza making machine, but on the listing again, it reiterates, make anything and everything. You say that to me, I want to have some fun. I want to push this, but let's look at the reviews first because there are some concerns. I love how I've sort of accidentally color coordinated with this machine as a sign of support for today, but it has got 4.4 out of 5-star reviews. That's over 1,000 reviews there, 1,038, and it's much easier to say something is bad than good. I very rarely leave decent reviews. So take these with a pinch of salt. Lynn, 1 star. On my first use of this, it made a loud bang and blew my electrics. 1 star, not good. Tripped whole house after only used twice. Arya, not worth it at all. Please don't buy, as in like buy, such a thing. Ridiculously slow, 45 minutes to half cook a pizza, very unimpressed. I cleaned this with a damp cloth and turned it on. Once it heated up, it gave a terrible smell of plastic burning. It filled my whole kitchen and house. Now, if I've got a second-hand one, those reviews are worrying. Amanda says, great and convenient. So good, we've played with it even on Christmas Day night. So imagine it's Christmas Day. Oh, should we play some games? Should we watch a movie? No, we're gonna get out the Everything Maker and just play with it. Kate Wells. I've got a subscriber called Kate Wells. Has been around for years. Hi, Kate, if you're watching, by the way. Really impressed. I have so far cooked pizza, frozen and fresh, which we will be doing, omelette, and a stir fry. Heats up quickly and cleans up easily with a wet cloth. A mixed bag there, both a little bit of cautious, hazardous, flammable excitement, and also some people that absolutely rave about it. So there's only one way to find out. We're going to run for a load of tests, see if this thing really does cook, well, most things. I know I'm not going to boil pasta in it. I know I'm not going to be able to roast a chicken, but let's give it some slack and have some fun today. So the one thing to show you as we plug it in, as hopefully it's going to start to give off a little bit of a factory scent, there is no power button whatsoever. It hasn't tripped my electrics so far. We would know that because all the lights would go out, but that is warming up. I can feel it. There is absolutely no power button. You can cook with the lid open, which actually you can't. Oh my gosh. Oh, that feels stable. Blimey. You can't stop that heat. Actually, the first thing we're going to do is just use the bottom plate. Oh yes, that is giving off a scent. Wow. So I was just reading the manual off to one side and it's just, did you hear that cracking? Oh, you all right? It really is cracking from time to time. I don't know if we're gonna get through this video. And the extensive manual that's supposed to come with it, it's just basically a load of hazards and things. But there was one note that stood out on page 11. Close the lid and let the food cook, kind of like an oven, or like right now it's a hot plate. You know, it's gonna be diverse. It cooks everything. During cooking, the green ready light will cycle, you know, like red light, green light, Squid Game kind of style, but just basically like a sandwich toaster. Once preheated, the temperature will range between 180 and 220. It will just keep cycling. Oh my gosh, that's getting hot. Like get a suntan this side of my face. Cook as directed by your recipe. For pizzas, look for a golden brown crust and bubbling cheese. The problem is, with a pizza, you really want that high heat. So if this is doing 180, 220 and cycling it, you're not gonna get that constant and you're gonna get random mixed results. So we're definitely gonna test that. So this is giving off that scent. I'm gonna start, oh my gosh, with a fried egg. I do like the green light on it. That is a strong green light. Look at this. Nothing gives you reassurance than a green light like that. That's one of the best green lights I've ever seen on an appliance. Okay, it does say to keep oven gloves at hand at all times. Even like lifting this up, it says that can get hot, but I feel confident with this. But I feel like this could be one of my best friends today, but what probably will be is, well, a really decent spatula so I can get right under there. Spatula? Fish slice? What do you call this? YouTube recently introduced a thing where you can add a quiz to a video. I feel like this is the reason for that was invented. Spatula, fish slice, or something else. And if you put something else, tell me what it is. But yes, I am going to spray. That feels so unsteady. So I'm gonna do some spray oil. I nearly did it the wrong way then. Great start. Oh, hello. Okay. These are non-stick plates. You might remember I got some Hulk Hogan appliances. And there was 2 of them, and one of them was something like this. It was this version of like the George Foreman grilling machine, although that actually stunk of cigars. which smells like an ashtray. So what we can do, obviously, this is now like a hot plate. We could shove this down to act as an oven, but for this first test, I just wanted to see how powerful and non-stick and the even heat spread of this bottom heat plate. And I've got to say, it's frying an egg. It's just exceptionally hot, so I am going to turn it off just to let it cool down a minute. Maybe it's a bit overconfident, but I can see, no? There you go. Oh, I've got to be a bit more confident with it and go right under it like that. Oh gosh. I really should not be using the knife on that surface at such an early stage. Oh my gosh, ow! I just touched it, that's hot. But that, I can't deny. Should we have a look at the bottom? I feel like this is a good test of what success looks like. Obviously, it is cooked through. The colour isn't too bad. It looks like I could have pushed it a little more, really, but I was getting a bit worried. And as a first test, yes, runny yolk. That's absolutely fine. And I can't tell you how good it feels just to literally like unplug that for the moment. But no, we must push on. So next up, I want to test the even heat distribution from above as well by trying to melt and toast something. So I went into the supermarket this morning thinking, I can just buy like a ready-made panini. And I asked the lady and she's like, yeah, we do sell them, but they've all gone. And it was 8:30. I'm like, what? But they like sell like one panini? But I did find this lovely caprese thing because the important thing I wanted was height. I want to try and squish this. Yeah, and I haven't turned this back on yet. Kind of scared to. And one of the things, oh wow, this is lovely. It claims it can do is a quesadilla. And I was like, wow, it can probably do that as we've just seen with the egg. It can cook the bottom. However, the height on it, I'd have to make the world's biggest quesadilla because on each of these pans, let me show you, it's got about 2-inch indent on either side here and here. So if I put a quesadilla in there, of course we could flip it, but it wouldn't cook the top. So I found this, oh my gosh, and it is, I can see it's got some height on it. Yes, see, that isn't closing. If I turn that on, we've now turned the everything maker into a possible panini press. But will the heat from it toast either side? Will it melt the cheese and act as an oven? And will it actually compress down? I mean, I could encourage it. A clamp on there would be quite nice. Actually, from doing that, I would recommend not touching that. That is actually getting really, really hot. But here we are. Test number 2, will it make a panini? One thing to say, it's been about 90 seconds and this has already collapsed right down. So we are obviously melting it. I mean, I can lift it up. I don't mind, there's no burn. Oh my gosh, no burning, it's starting. I mean, yeah, I would say that is actually starting to brown quite heavily and I don't know what's going underneath. I'm gonna give it maybe another 20 seconds because based on the fried egg, the bottom seems to be, and based on that, the worst of the two. But wanted to show you, it has actually sunk down fully. It's self-closed. All right, so what does success look like? Well, let's turn it off. Yes, a nice charred top. I've got to close that, I've got to learn. Look. It's warm, and the cheese. The herbs have melted, the cheese, look. Yes. Oh, it might be quite a basil heavy day, actually. But visually, it's toasted it, it's all warmed, it smells incredible. I could see the crunch, I could taste the crunch, it's all warmed through, and ultimately that was what we were really testing. Can it keep that heat in there? It's done it, it compressed it as a panini. We gotta keep pushing on. And a pancake, an American style one, not a crepe, can we get any fluffiness in there? Will it keep that heat in? Let's find out. So we're gonna do like the American style. We're gonna get that puffage, okay? Plain flour, salt, sugar, and this is some baking powder. I've got a chef friend that told me that he's noticed that when you buy baking powder, and luckily I needed to buy new stuff anyway, he says if you got stuff that's been in the cupboard for ages, he tends to find it's like less potent. So this is the best chance I've got having some freshly bought package from the supermarket this morning. It's why he says he tries to buy like small packages wherever possible. All right, so the dry, and then an egg, although we've already seen what that can do today. Some melted butter and some milk. All right, just gonna bring it together. And one of the tips that has been shared with me before is to not massively over whisk this stuff. So I've just pretty much made sure it's incorporated through, and I'm gonna let that stand for about 15 minutes. All right, here we go. It's actually fairly clean. I haven't had to clean it yet, but I think I will after this because I'm gonna add some oil. Whoa, oh, that's warm. But I can't really, I was gonna just grab it there, but like, yes, that will probably burn my hands, but we just wanna, oh my gosh, I've just spilt it on the counter, no. Yeah, that might be a touch too much oil there. There's definitely a dip in the middle, it's sort of puddling. Yeah, if it's just gonna, oh my gosh, that is hot. If it's just gonna puddle like that. There we go. Okay. That's much better. Now, the batter has rested. We are gonna ladle it into here. Nice big old puddle. Actually, let's just do one. Let's do one. I'm quite nervous. I did preheat it. The oil was hot, but it doesn't seem to be hot anymore. I think it's just turned itself off. The light is still on. Spoilers, I don't know if this cooks everything. And I just heard it click, which means it's just gone on the cycle. It's gonna warm up again now. Oh, there you go. Oh, I'm a bit worried now. That's actually like, seems to have accelerated massively. Oh, you know what? It might do it, you know. Oh, I tell you what. I don't know if I need the lid down. We're just gonna do it proper pancake style-y. It isn't bad. Honestly though, the biggest conclusion so far, the heat coming off that, if you had the ability to turn that plate off, I'd be much happier. But okay, do you know what? It's not got the greatest puffage on it. We'll try another one. And in a strange way for me, that doesn't bode all that well for the pizza based on the reviews too. That interchangeable heat. Are you gonna end up with a burnt bottom and a like non-melted top? But the panini was good. I don't know. It could be the everything cooker. It's just like it cooks when it wants. Like now it's starting to kick in. And just being able to time that, especially with something like this where you really want that to pop, I don't know. They'll probably taste good though. Yeah, I mean, will it make pancakes? Yes. You can't control the heat on the bottom, so where it had that fluctuation in temperature, it really wasn't helping it. And ironically, the best results were when I closed the lid, like an oven, which is, well, effectively what it is. But this still looks pretty edible. Have we made, or should you make pancakes in the Everything Maker pizza oven? Well, they're cooked through and they're delicious. They're not raw. There's a slightly fluffy texture to them, but I really missed that height from having a consistent heat in there. It worked the best when the lid was down, but we can test that later. But now, this is a pizza maker, right? Everything Maker. Let's try the pizza, which of course was giving many people headaches. I'm just glad so far we haven't tripped the electrics. Right, come on. All right, store-bought pizza next. Was it Truth's review, 1 star, that said it took like 45 minutes to part cook a pizza? This is warm, straight on there. Oh, I can hear it sizzling already. Pepperoni, so it should visually pop. On the box here, oven cook from chilled 200C. Obviously, we know this kind of fluctuates. Oh my gosh. Isn't it like the chant at football games in the UK? It does what it wants. It does what it wants. Everything cooker. It does what it... Sorry. Oven cook 200C 10 minutes. So we'll give it 10, see what it's like. Will it be part cooked? I mean, what does that even mean? Part cooked? Is it like the crust underneath was like completely obliterated? We've seen the heat of that, but then we saw the benefit of closing that lid down. So we should have the maximum heat in there. I have to be honest, it smells great already. A little viewing window would be amazing, but I don't want to open it to lose that heat. Folks, I'm worried. It has been 15 minutes. I can smell warmth. Ah, jeez. Okay, cheese. That got hotter again. I was worried it was all calm. Well, the pepperoni is better. The cheese hasn't quite browned though, even still, despite that steam. I mean, that was, yeah, well done, pizza. But it was like we were saying, what does success look like? Do we get a crispy? Ooh, the base looks good. A decent color on that. Crispy pizza, melted cheese. It's almost like grilled the top though. It doesn't seem like it's piping and really bubbling despite the little steam there. I'm gonna push it a little bit longer, but that, it's ironic so far. Out of everything, the pizza might be the worst thing. We'll get a bit sugar. Folks, I was just trying to take a thumbnail, trying to tilt the lid up, because it's nearly done. Yep, folks, I've given it another 5 minutes, so it's been in for nearly 20, I think it's about 22 minutes, and there comes a point, look, you can see it almost looks quite pale. Do you know what I mean? Like the pizza's bubbled, and it looks like it's bubbled and then cooled down and kind of set. The pepperoni's released a little bit of the oil. It's like nowhere near as much as I'd like, and it's not like popping. But we might get a good crunch. Oh, not too bad. The bottom is done. That's good. Well, this was kind of like the warm-up before the main act. We're going to do a fresh pizza in a minute. Oh, it is hot. I think I've just tasted my first ever part-cooked pizza. You're missing, like with my pizza oven, you get that real heat licking the whole oven all the way around, specifically on the top. The toppings get obliterated. It's almost like, I didn't think it was cooked through then. The crispness on the base, on that direct heat. Lovely crunch. But the toppings have almost gone sort of, yeah, lukewarm, like part cooked, like gummy, which doesn't bode well for this. So I've just made a fresh pizza here and sat it on this pretty cool gadget which might overcome a dilemma that it actually talks about in the manual. So just whilst it warms up, it suggests that you can actually do it on some baking parchment. We'll test that with something in a bit. Alternatively, place the dough in cold and build everything. That's one thing I used to do with the kids. But that way you're not getting that heat directly on the base. The final method it suggests is to actually cook the dough separately so that you get the base cooking and then start to top it whilst it's on. So you gotta make sure you don't burn your arm. Luckily, this tool should help us. All right. Up you go. Oh, hello. This is what this is made for. Oh, there you go. Onto there like that. Get down. Keep the heat in. Sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Get down, get to the chopper. And yes, before you say anything, that was a ham and pineapple pizza. I love ham and pineapple pizza. I know people are like, you can't put pineapple on pizza. But seriously, if that's the only thing you've got to worry about in life, I don't care. Put whatever you want on a pizza. There are far worse toppings, as long as you eat it, all right? My mum gave me a lot of Hawaiian pizzas as a kid, hence my figure. Right, it's been like another 5 minutes, which... I don't know. Look, we are getting a little bit of blistering on there, but things like the pineapple, yes. The cheese, again, we really want that blistering. Just gonna have to keep pushing it, but at what point do we push it and burn the base? Well, I'll let you know. I'm sorry, I've given it another 10 minutes and it just is not getting any better. I can hear the base is good. Yeah, you see this underneath? That is a good crust. Oh. It is crispy, it just looks like super pale. I love the puffage, like we've definitely got heat in there. And you know, the mozzarella is melted, there's steam coming off of it. It's hot, but just pale. You see how much it's risen up? Look at that air pocket there. Pineapple. The base is absolutely fantastic. The heat on the bottom, we cannot deny that is working. The top one, I don't know if it's like less heat coming from there. It's really, really letting this thing down. But for our next one, remember the review where I said about stir fry? I want to try that, but I want to cook some chicken on it first from scratch. Yeah, let's move on. Some oil, and we have got some chicken that I have just cubed. We are cooking this chicken from scratch, but I think this is going to work because we already know and we can hear how hot this bottom plate gets. Yeah, I gotta be honest, this is, wow, that's noisy. This is working well, that non-stick surface, brilliant. And of course I could make it quieter by doing that and bake it effectively to make sure we warm through the center, but I don't think it's gonna need it. It's cooking really quick. The temptation to take it off, but we're just gonna keep going. Why do I feel so much more confident about this than the pizza? We're stir frying. I've got some black bean sauce here. The mushrooms have wilted down. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is surprising me. This is a good one. So I actually turned the heat off a couple of minutes ago, and this is it. Like, you could make it like that and have it on your kitchen counter, and then people could just come up and help themselves. Oh my word. That is way better than the pizza went, isn't it? Come on now. That's pretty darn impressive. Hang on, I did check, but I just need to make sure that chicken is cooked through because that is exceptionally tender. Wow, that is some of the nicest tasting chicken texture I've ever had. I think because of the high heat, it's really cooked the outside of the chicken, so you've got this lovely cooked outer, but then softer in the middle. It's warming, it's comforting, and most of all it works. So I want to finish off by seeing if we really can bake anything to actually make it, well, edible. I've got one more test in mind, but before I want to do that one, I need to prove that it can at least do this. So it said a solution for the pizza was using baking parchment and completely unnecessary. I'm gonna bake some cookies. So I've got some cookie dough that I've flattened out, but also a rounded one to see if the heat, which we're losing, can push it down. Can we bake chocolate chip cookies in our everything maker? Folks, it has taken 35 minutes to get the cookies to this point. This was the one at the end that was rounded, so it has collapsed down. This was the flattened one, a much deeper color on this, but I don't know, there is a softness. But they're firm. Oh, that one is actually quite soft. Oh gosh. But whilst these cool down, I use that baking parchment again because right here, I've got some frozen cinnamon swirls. These would, oh my gosh, that's so hot. 25 minutes in a standard oven. 25 minutes standard oven, based on the cookies taking nearly 35 minutes. I've got an hour or so, we'll give it some time. Can we, the final test, can it bake through and give us thorsome, pun intended, cinnamon swirls? Ooh, oh, okay. It tastes a bit like chocolate toast. Well, that's why it took 35 minutes. That just shows how hot that bottom plate was. Look at that. It's actually overdone, that one. So this one, which was still gooey a minute ago, oh wow, there you go. That's not bad. It's got this weird hybrid where it is crunchy on the bottom, almost slightly done too much. But the top, it is done. It is firm, but it's not quite there. A little, I don't know, like chewy, not like that real gooey chocolateness that I've got. This is beyond crisp. It's sort of worked, which makes me think now this could fail. Okay, so it's been half an hour and It smells good. It smells cinnamony, but there is definitely a rawness in the center. So let's take one of these, if it will let me, and do that theory. Look, it's browned that side fantastically. That is the color we want it all the way through, not like this where there's still like the butter still starting to weep and it's, I don't know, it looks like it's thawed out, but it's just not baking. It's just this side that needs, well, a bit of work. Boston's been here for like the whole video, and like it seems to be like the cinnamon ones that out of all of them, it's got him the most excited. But let's see. Oh, hello. Okay. Oh my gosh, we've done it. And the one that we didn't turn, that's still gummy in the middle, folks. I mean, it looks nice, but that is not fully baked through. Let's just do these instead. This one. Oh, hello. That looks really good. Why do I keep saying, oh, hello, all of a sudden? I've done that in recent videos. All right, folks, this is still a little warm, but just to show you, for storage, it's supposed to go up like this, which is a fairly good design. The only thing is, this bit here is like really loose. Like it needs a clamp to hold it shut. I don't feel that safe. Whoa. That's brilliant. That's really good. So what do I think? I mean, we started really well, the egg and the panini in particular, with the bread touching that top heating element. We proved there is heat coming from that. Like it charred it, it warmed it, it made it gorgeous. But then when we really needed it for the pizza, the bases were okay, but then the top, like I say, gummy. And we've seen that with the cookies and the cinnamon swirls as well, where like you shouldn't have to bake something and flip it over midway through. The stir fry, I think, out of all of it was my favorite. And it's just reminded me, I've ordered this crazy drum gadget from Asia about 3 months ago that still hasn't arrived. I need to chase that up because I think you guys would love it. The Everything Maker. Perhaps it's called the Everything Maker because if you called it a pizza maker, it doesn't really do it as good, in my opinion, as way many other options available. However, it does make a jolly good stir fry. And we've actually made some decent food, and for some people, if you master it, it could actually be quite useful. I don't know. For me, I wouldn't buy it, even though I have. I'll let you decide. If you want to let me know your opinion on it, let me know down below. But I think effectively it's a sort of glorified pizza oven that doesn't pizza. Cheers for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.